All right, so Luke chapter 9, verse 6. And they departed and went through the towns, preaching the gospel and healing everywhere. All right. So they were preaching the gospel, the good news that Jesus told them to preach, right? The kingdom of God, right? So, because they weren't preaching, believe in Jesus, he's gonna die later, his death, burial, and resurrection, right? Because remember, towards the end, they didn't even believe that Jesus was gonna do that. They're like, "What do you mean you're gonna go and be taken in Jerusalem?" Right? So they were preaching the good news of the kingdom has come, just like Jesus was preaching at the first. Okay, so that's why I said preaching the gospel. That's the good news of the kingdom, with signs of the healings. It's confirming the kingdom has come down. In verse 7, now Herod the Tetrarch heard of all that was done by him, and he was perplexed, because that it was said of some that John was risen from the dead. Okay, so now it's setting a scene here, and it's talking about Herod. He's perplexed. He doesn't know what's going on with John the Baptist. All right, now it's continuing. Verse 8, and of some that Elijah had appeared, and of others that one of the old prophets was risen again. All right, so they're trying to figure out, how is this guy Jesus doing all these signs, wonders, and miracles? It must be John the Baptist risen from the dead, or one of the prophets. And then verse 9, and Herod said, John have I beheaded, but who is this of whom I hear such things? And he desired to see him. So Herod wants to see for himself, right? He said, who is this guy? In verse 10, and the apostles, when they were returned, told him all that they had done. And he took them and went aside privately into a desert place belonging to the city called Bethsaida. Okay. So now he's taking his disciples, or his apostles, privately, right? In verse 11, and the people, when they knew it, followed him. And he received them and spake unto them of the kingdom of God, and healed them that had need of healing. Right. So still talking about the kingdom, proving it with signs and wonders and healings.